The small hotel stood on the edge of the forest. Afternoon sunlight streamed through the wide glass panels of the main lobby. The space was so still that the only sounds were the hum of the air conditioner and the scratching of pens. Behind the counter, a young receptionist named Lena was making notes, unaware of what was about to unfold. She wore a crisp light blue uniform, her long hair tied neatly at the back. Petite in build, her eyes stayed fixed on the reservation log. From above, a security camera tracked her every movement. Outside, the summer breeze swayed the trees under the bright sun. The glass entrance had been left slightly ajar, letting the breeze drift inside, an opening for an unexpected visitor. From the steps outside, a shadow slipped in without a sound. It was a fully grown leopard, golden fur dotted with dark black rosettes, its coat marked with dust. Its sharp claws scraped across the polished tiles, producing a faint ticking sound like a clock. Every step was caught on security footage, and unusual motion triggered a red alert. The leopard advanced slowly. Its eyes looked clouded, like it had just awoken from a long daze. Its belly was flat, hind legs weakened, its nose wet, panting heavily as if it had been without water for days. It did not snarl or roar, just scanned its surroundings like a lost wanderer. Step by step, it closed the distance to Lena until barely 3 paces remained. Its shadow stretched across the floor behind her. The decisive moment was near, every frame captured on camera. As Lena turned to fetch a towel, her eyes caught the still figure of the leopard. She froze, her wide eyes locked on the animal. Her body stiffened like a statue in the summer heat. She dared not scream, nor make sudden moves. Instead, she inched backward slowly, keeping her breath even. The leopard stood still, tilting its head at her. Its eyes weren't fierce, just vacant, heavy with pain. The air in the lobby felt drained. Every second dragged like hours. Lena gripped the counter for balance, her chest pounding. The leopard gave a faint groan, lowering its head as though collapsing. A deep wound marked its front leg, where a rusty iron trap clamped tight above the ankle. Blood streaked from the doorway to where it stood, pooling into a dark red stain. Lena was horrified but stayed composed, keeping her gaze on the wound. The leopard stumbled once and then collapsed, gasping on the floor. The smell of blood, sun-scorched fur and soil mixed in the air. Lena backed up, pulled her phone from her pocket, and called the nearest wildlife rescue unit. Her voice shook but stayed firm as she gave the location and described the condition. The animal lay still but alive, its ears twitching faintly, its half-open eyes dim. Cautiously, Lena placed a clean towel near the leopard before stepping back to keep watch. A male staff member entered and cried out, but she quickly gestured for silence. Guests were ushered out and she remained behind, waiting for the rescue team. Within 10 minutes, a rescue vehicle halted at the hotel entrance. 3 officers in protective uniforms carried medical supplies, tranquilizer rifles, and equipment. One approached carefully from behind while the other 2 took positions. They checked its breathing and wound, then prepared an anesthetic dose. A dart struck its thigh. The leopard startled but did not resist. Moments later, its body eased, slipping into steady, calm sleep. The trap was removed with a special tool, releasing the swollen, infected leg. Blood welled again, exposing tendon beneath torn flesh. They cleaned it, bandaged the wound, and lifted the leopard onto a stretcher. Lena stepped forward, grasping one rescuer's hand, asking if it would survive. The team leader reassured her, "Had we arrived hours later, the outcome might have been different." The leopard was secured in the truck with cushions and harnesses, then driven away. Cameras still rolled, recording the entire scene in silence. Lena stood at the doorway, hands clenched, tears filling her eyes as the vehicle disappeared. The leopard was given the name Ruto, meaning bearer of hope in the local language. At the rescue center, vets quickly cleaned and stitched the wound, gave fluids, antibiotics, and full anesthesia. Old scars and injuries across its body showed it had been struggling in the wild for some time. Parasites were removed, fur trimmed, scratches disinfected. On the first day, Ruto refused food, curling weakly on the foam mat. Through the night, a doctor kept him company, reading quietly and playing soft music. By the 3rd day, he licked broth and moved his head slightly. When Lena heard, she visited and stayed by his cage. Ruto opened his eyes, fixing on her, as if recognizing the first person who hadn't feared him. From then, his recovery quickened. He ate raw meat, stretched, and walked the cage. The wound healed, stitches faded, new golden fur covered the leg. Ruto was then moved to a semi-wild enclosure with rocks, streams, and natural sounds, where he practiced hunting prey dummies to regain his instincts. When his health met the standard, the team arranged for his release. Lena came on that day, carrying the white scarf she had left by him on the first night. At dawn, a vehicle carried Ruto to a forest reserve over 50 kilometers away. The cage door opened into tall grass with no humans, only birds and wind. Ruto stepped out, lifting his head, sniffing the air. His eyes glowed, ears pricked. He didn't dash off but lingered, soaking in the forest's breath. From a distance, Lena waved softly, eyes glistening. Ruto turned once to look back, calm and grateful. He let out a deep roar before leaping into the forest like lightning. Staff clapped lightly, smiles tinged with quiet farewell. Lena's scarf fluttered on a branch, left as a keepsake. Ruto was free, back where he belonged, where he nearly never returned. The story of Ruto and Lena spread online as a real-life miracle. Lena was honored for her calm bravery, a model of compassion and service. And Ruto, the rescued leopard, became a symbol, immortalized by hotel cameras as a news story born from the wild. Her computer screen, her work finally being recognized.